We made it to the coast. I immediately got sick and I gave myself blisters tying quilts. Hi Flosstube, I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle. It is Friday morning and we are packing up to leave the coast, but I wanted to do a quick video to catch you up on what we did this week. It's been a nice week. We spent most of it in the room. I got sick the day after we got here and it's nothing exciting, but it sapped my energy and kept me from doing a lot of what I did, and I plodded through and did a lot of what I wanted to do anyway, so I'm going to show you what we accomplished. Right before we left, I finished those sidewalk chalk striped socks. And then while we have been here, I've done from the toe up on this sock, just while visiting and talking, and sometimes socks happen while you're not doing anything else, or while you are doing a lot of other things. We stopped at some thrift stores on the way over. I collect these Jiffy Stitchery kits. I have crewel, I have needlepoint, I have never seen gown and cross stitch. There are tomatoes, and beans, and daisies, and pumpkins, and I'm not sure they're anything special and unique, but since I do collect the other ones, I figured I will get them while the getting is good. Like I said, I've never seen these before. Mom found Paula Vaughn's A Mother's Love. A little scrap of Ada caught my eye. Somebody left a beaded lavender and lace angel. I have so many questions about this piece. I did a short about it already, and I'll put a link to it down below. It was at least 2/3 stitched. They had cut the stitching, like lopped off the edge of the stitching so that beads and stitches were falling off the edge. I'm so confused. They wanted too much for it for me to bring home. Here's the Paula Vaughn. I want to stitch everything in this book. Absolutely everything. Pretty much want to stitch everything in all of Paula Vaughn's books. The fabric that I got from the neighbor lady, all of those children's prints that we had sorted through before we came over here, we brought a big plastic bin of it, and between the two of us, we did 6 different quilt tops. They're nothing fancy. They are for the group that we quilt for. They're for kids, so they're big, bright prints, but they're done. And that's part of the fun of this week, is we can work on whatever we want to. I thought I would get some stitching done. I brought stitching, but my energy level has just not been what I would like it to be, and I had a goal. I wanted to fix this. This is the quilt that was in the trunk in the barn that had the horrible holes in the back, that had been hung in a window and the sun had destroyed the backing. It has a backing now. I laid it flat. I put another layer of batting and another backing under the existing quilt and tied it and bound it. And this is not as heavy as a weighted quilt, but it has got some serious heft to it. It is the warmest quilt I own by a long shot. And I am just so glad that I was able to save it. For years, I thought that it had probably got thrown away because the damage was so bad, but it is a quilt again. And I am happy about that. I also quilted that polyester quilt with the stars that I found at Goodwill a couple weeks ago. Not quilted, tied. I don't know how to tie quilts. I sort of attempted to learn this week, and as happy as I am with the damaged quilt, this one, it's a finished quilt. It will be usable, but because it was hand-pieced, no force on this planet is going to make those stars lay flat. If it was a cotton quilt, I could have stippled it to an inch of its life. I could have done different, possibly better techniques to make it behave itself, but not with this polyester. I think the only way to make it flat would have been to completely disassemble and reassemble it. And this quilt has got some of the strangest fabrics you've ever seen. If I didn't think it was as old as I think it is, I would suspect that someone cut up her kids' sports shirts and shorts and added them in here. There's some odd synthetics. I gave myself blisters. But this is the kind of project that I couldn't do nearly as easily at home I would have to move furniture and I would have to banish my entire family from the front of the house for the whole duration of the time I was tying the quilt. Here with Mom, we've got a big patch of open floor, and we're quilters. We can walk across the quilt carefully without roughing the fabric up. So we have had quilts all over the floor all week. We had fun. I'll insert the pictures of the quilt tops at the end because those are packed away and I don't want to unpack them to hold them up. I've got to go finish packing. We're on our way back across the mountains to home and talk to my husband and the boys, and it sounds like they're sick with something that is totally different than what I'm sick with. So round 2 maybe. I'm looking forward to being home and seeing the family, not looking forward to see what we're sick with now. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with you with more videos later. I'm Michelle. This is my Romantic Tangle.